7 hunters gathered at a gun range recently to discuss hunting accidents they experienced. In this video, you'll discover that one change in each scenario would have prevented these accidents. They were also at the range to learn about Safe Shoot. Safe Shoot is a device designed to prevent hunting accidents by alerting the shooter if a member of their party is downrange. From now on, Safe Shoot can be that change.
Well, thanks for all coming out to the range today. This is the Safe Shoot device. It's been developed by a team in Israel. Israeli Defense Force officers put it together. They've designed it in conjunction with hunters in the United States. It's really simple on the outside for us to use. On the inside, it's complicated. It's got GPS, of course, radio frequency, and small MEMS sensors to allow it to know what the elevation is of the unit, where the barrel's pointed. It works out to 900 yards. The neat thing is they tapered it in, so all the way out. I mean, when I first heard about it, I thought the spectrum would be huge out at 900 yards, but the Israelis that designed it, they taper it in to where it comes out of the factory at about 3 feet either side of the unit. There's only 3 things you need to know to use the Safe Shoot. On, off, righty-tighty, and red means stop. Simply mount it on to the Picatinny rail. Turn it on in the morning. You don't have to pair it. It'll automatically make a network of all the units within 900 yards. No line of sight needed, of course, otherwise it'd be completely useless. And from there, I think of it like an airbag in a car. So you have an airbag in your car, doesn't mean you're going to drive like a maniac, but if something does go wrong, if something unexpected happens, you've got one more line of safety.
Hello, my name is Taryn Taggart. I started hunting when I was about 12 years old, and why I hunt is because it saves me money, it's healthier, it's more efficient. I learn every time I go to the woods. It's not like I sit there and just hang out like it's a job. It's more of a passion for me, it's a way of life. Hunting is a very dangerous sport, but it can be very fun if you do it effectively and safely. And safety is the biggest and the most important thing every time you step out into the woods. Anytime I go anywhere with my friends, I want to make sure I know where they are, where they're hunting, how long they're going to be there, what time they get into their stands. Because if I don't know certain things like this, one of my friends can get hurt. It was 2017 and we were hunting out on state land in Michigan. We were sitting down calling, a few calling sequences, and here come the birds, and off to my left I seen a hunter in orange, and I didn't think anything of it. He came up and I figured he didn't see us, or he would see us because we had a little bit of orange on, and figured he would let us go right by, or he'd walk right by us. No, he determined to tree a bird with his dog, and he turned towards me and reached out and pulled out a pistol. At this moment I was thinking to myself, I hope to God this man doesn't pull this trigger. And needless to say, after my thought went through my head of saying that, the trigger rang out, and the flash came. I got peppered in my face, and I thought for sure I was dead. So I felt myself up, feeling for hot rounds, couldn't feel anything. So I look over at my best friend, and he slumped over in the tree next to me, and I was patting him down. I was really worried because he's 16 at the time, and I just about started crying because I thought my best friend died. At this moment I was tearing up a little bit because it was scary, and I didn't know what just happened. I mean, it happened so fast, and it could have been prevented really easily. The biggest reason why people don't ever want to hunt is because of hunting accidents, people walking through the woods and accidentally getting shot. With this product, you can see a hunter that's downrange, you can see someone that's downrange, and you can prevent that. And that's the most important thing to me, because a life is priceless. You can never replace a life, ever.
My name is Hiram Mraz. I've been serving my country for approximately a decade. First in the Marine Corps for 8 years, and approximately 3 years serving the city of Los Angeles as a police officer. During this time, I've been carrying a gun, and safety is what keeps us lethal against our threat, and not against our fellow officers, against our fellow brother and sisters, with whom we're trying to complete a mission with. It's very important. We all know safety rules. We all know muzzle discipline. We all understand never point your gun at anything you don't intend to destroy. There are instances where accidents can happen, especially if you don't know that you're pointing your weapon in the wrong direction. It's hard to conduct training in an environment where everybody's 100% safe all of the time. I think a product like SafeShoot definitely can become an asset to ensuring there's an added safety, there's a reinforcement to the safety rules.
I'm John Uncle Bucky Heingartner, host of Uncle Bucky's Outdoor Adventures, and I've had personal safety experiences where I've actually been shot. One afternoon I went out with a coworker, his son, and a friend. We went out rabbit hunting. Now we gave the boy a shotgun. I just went ahead, got out hunting. He was on the other side of the bush. I kicked the bush, the rabbit jumped up, it ran toward him initially, but then it turned around and came right back at me. And I knew instantly that we were gonna have a problem because I could see his eyes, I could see him swinging toward me, and then he shot. And unfortunately, he hit me in the lower right leg. Now, had he had the SafeShoot on his weapon and I had it on myself, had we been using that, this accident would have never happened. He would have been alerted that there was somebody in his way and he wouldn't have shot. And what that would have done is he would have kept this young man hunting, because as of now, 8 years later, he still will not go back out hunting. And unfortunately, it's something that scarred him for life.
I'm Bailey Taylor and I'm from Colorado. I started hunting because it's kind of my family's thing to do. I started when I was about 5 years old, and my first big hunt was when I was 16. Issues that I really see is people not being aware of their surroundings or being uneducated about guns and how guns work. People just think guns are fun and want to go have fun, but they're not really watching what they really have to do. And then, and that kind of happened to me when I was elk hunting. I was about 12 years old. There was a huge herd in the valley. My mom and I were up on the ridge, and someone shot at me with a high-powered rifle, and the bullet went right through my braid and then exploded on the tree behind me, and it was one of the most terrifying moments of my life. I mean, I thought I was dead or almost died, and then after that I didn't go near a gun for about 2 years. So I believe that SafeShoot is really important, and it'll really help save lives and also help educate the public about gun safety and what really needs to be happening when people are shooting guns.
Todd Freeman, been hunting since roughly about 8 years old. Got into bird hunting mainly through my uncles in the family. They hunted, started letting me tag along. From there I fell in love with being outside in the outdoors, watching the dogs work. Common thing you see all the time with bird hunting is guys not paying attention to the dogs that are there or what's beyond the target. You continually see swinging on everything from dogs to their friend to houses, vehicles, because they get caught up in the moment. Accident I had, dog was on point, one bird flushed. I walked over to get that bird from dog. The other dog was still holding point. Another bird flushed wild. When that happened, it was wounded. We had apparently shot it earlier or just couldn't fly. Somebody had hit it before. Dog jumped up to grab it, and just enough, same time, one of the hunters was dead set on the bird and shot the dog too. With SafeShoot, could have saved multiple dogs from being shot. It gives you an alertness when you're so focused on the target. Keeping the dog safe, you train them from when they're a puppy, so you put time and effort of training and loving and making them, you know, the best pet they can be and best hunter they can be to go have fun with. And that's what it's meant to be, is fun. And when they get shot, it hits home a little more than it should, because that's your best friend that got shot. If you have something that could protect them from getting shot the next time, I'm all for it.
My name's Tim Hinojosa, and I'm from San Antonio, Texas. The reason I hunt is it's a passion of mine. I've been hunting since I've been 4 years old, and it's actually what I do for a living. So what I tell new hunters when they go out with me is, you know, take your time, make sure the gun's unloaded, don't point it at people. Before you shoot, look what's behind the animal. Make sure there's nobody behind you. Make sure there's no house behind you because you could hurt somebody. This year, I took my son, who's 13 years old, dove hunting for the first time. We had a group of friends sitting on the other side of the field, about 100 yards away from us, and a dove was coming towards us, and I told my son to shoot it, so he went and shot his first dove, and it landed in the field. So as I got up and went to grab the bird, I picked it up, and as soon as I stood back up, I got hit by pellets, and it hurt really bad. I got hit in the arm, I got hit in the side of my ribs, and I wondered what happened, and next thing you knew, my buddy's son fired his shotgun at a bird that flew up behind me, and the pellets hit me, and he thought I was too far away for the pellets to hit me, which I was only about 40 yards from him. I think that if Safe Shoot would have been on his gun and I would have had the device on me, that this could have prevented that accident that day.
My name is Jeremy. I'm a former Marine. I joined the Marine Corps in 2002, and I've been out since 2006. When I was in the Marines, I was training. I was served in Afghanistan. Done a lot of training where I think that Safe Shoot would be a great product to use for Marines, for active military members, law enforcement, a lot of different types of training that we do. I believe that Safe Shoot can be very effective, especially when it comes to muzzle awareness or keeping your finger straight off the trigger. You might have someone pointing your rifle this way, pointing a rifle this way. You might have someone, standing on the opposite side. I mean, if you ever had an accident, like a round go off or something like that, you're definitely going to run into some friendly fire issues. So Safe Shoot is one of those products that's going to help you and your brother to come home at the end of the day.
My name is Jeremy Hafes, born and raised in Nebraska, and part of being born and raised there is you're naturally involved in hunting. Why I hunt is it's a way to, number one, is just to connect with nature and the outdoors, just to experience the great outdoors. And number two, it's really for the challenge and the pursuit of whatever game you're after. It's that challenge, it's challenging yourself, and then the preparation, getting your gear ready, getting yourself ready, and getting out there for that entire challenge is why I hunt. No matter what you're hunting with, whether it's shotgun, rifle, bow, safety needs to be the number one concern. Hunting accidents can happen in an instant, and they can happen to anybody. On the day that I happened to be shot, it was a classic spring morning. I was out turkey hunting. I was in a classic turkey hunting position on public ground. I was hunting alone. Another hunter comes up, thinks I'm a turkey, sees movement, shoots on movement, hits me on my left side, waist up. I have BBs that hit close to my eye, in my neck, and really all on the left side. And that accident happened so fast. There was really nothing I could do from the time that I saw the hunter to the time that he shot and I had the impact. And an item or a product like Safe Shoot could have prevented that. Yeah, I was the victim, but it's the person who's involved in the shooting, because it saves him a lot of headache and sleepless nights as well. So just for anybody involved, a product like Safe Shoot can prevent these hunting accidents far and beyond just those classic safety concerns that everybody needs to follow.